What's good, people? So, at the time of this here voice recording, it seems like the tides are turning. And what I mean by that? Well, you'll already see examples of it on my second YouTube channel. This is where I stream. And you'll see me go live Wednesday, as well as the weekends. So like I said, it seems like the tides are turning. So, go to that channel, and you'll find out what I mean. But for now, oh look, it is three trios and one duo. Okay, alright, hell it is. Let's get started on Night Fisk with one competition behind me and one time safe in front of me. And I think because of a shootout I played last night, or about 15 minutes prior to this here encounter, I decided to bring an L85 because it was feeling kind of nice in that shootout. It's feeling kind of nice. So, I think someone spawns behind me, but it's not someone, it's some people, right? Behind me isn't behind a comm station. So, I take a risk. I say to myself, let me go ahead and just run through this here tunnel and get to the other side. And that's when I get ported. Okay, it's not the end of the world. I can still attempt to run out the tunnel. I can still do that. Well, how about that? You saw that, right? Yep, that was a guy who just jumped from the side of the tunnel and is now waiting for me on the other side. Yeah, and here's when I realized, folks, I did not bring any transmitters. Nope, not a single one. Remember that video that I posted? I want to say it was called I Understand It Now. And I was using my M82 on Mirren, and it was daytime. That video was received quite well. And yes, I did understand it. But I made one mistake in this here encounter. And that was not taking out the proper equipment necessary. Which is a transmitter. Jet, dude, I believe in you. You can go over there and fight 3 guys at one time. I believe in you. Well, thank you for believing in me, but I know my limits. And considering how I got ported for a second time, I'm being hunted down. So, to those of you that don't know, let me explain what's happening here. A trio, let's face it, a trio, because 3 out of 4 teams in this here encounter are a trio, and 1 out of 4 is a duo. So let's go ahead and assume, due to a 75% chance, it's a trio. A trio, as in 3 people, are constantly getting feedback from the game that what my position is known to them. That sounded weird. They know where I'm at. Every time you see the little sentence that says a portable signal detector has revealed your location, however it says, they know the exact location of where I am. Right? Now, if that doesn't sound scary, let me put it to you in perspective. Or let me make it level 2 for you. If they port me twice, which is what they've done, they can tell the direction I'm heading in. Okay? They know where I'm at and where I'm going. Okay? So, 3 guys hunting down poor little old me. But oh look, a jammer. And yes, I know I could hit a tower and disrupt the whole area, but why would I do that? All that's going to tell them is, okay, he's at the tower. Let's go over there and hunt him down. It kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. And I think I was getting followed, and yes, I was being followed indeed. So that is port number 3 in this here encounter. And if you're saying, Jet, how do you stop yourself from getting ported? Well, there's 3 ways. The first way is to kill the guys. Yeah, that's better said than done, especially when they're probably moving like they're skating on ice toward you, and all they have is an assault rifle, not a shotgun, so good luck with that. The second way, as he throws a grenade where I was last seen or detected, and look, I get ported for a 4th time. The second way is the way that should have been done at the start. You put down a transmitter. And yeah, that explosion was meant for me also. Well, I didn't bring any transmitters. Why? Because I'm an idiot and I forgot to. So now I'm living with the consequences. And the third and final way to stop yourself from getting ported the passive way, if you will, is to put down a jammer. Now y'all know I actually have disdain for this here equipment, but in this case, I gotta use it. And if you're wondering why I have disdain for this here equipment, it's because a jammer, and stop me if you heard this before, a jammer is kind of like a campfire, right? Let's say you're in a military unit and you're hunting down a sniper. Just one single person. You got a whole platoon of people and you're hunting a whole squad and you're hunting down one sniper. You come across a camp. You touch the campfire wood, and if it's still warm, he just put out the fire. He couldn't have made it that far. If it's cold, he's out of here. He's gone. Same thing with the transmitter. Same thing with the jammer, if you will. If the jammer's still active, he's still around. If you look up to the jammer and it goes off 5 seconds later, that guy's gone. The whole point of a jammer is to mask your location. So, of course, you want to sit and mask your location. Right? Of course you are. So, when you leave the jammer, it's because it's no longer there. Or at least you know for a fact it's no longer there. It's not going to be there anymore. So you dip. But see, that all is well and good on paper. My problem is that I can't sit in one place for a very long time. It goes against my meta. So imagine my disdain and horror when I get ported as soon as I leave the jammer area.
Oh shit, here we go again.
But see, now I done screwed myself. Even though the jammer is still up there and it's still active, they're coming up here. You hear the mortar strike. You hear that. They're coming up here. Like I said, I screwed myself. So sure, I can go back in the jammed area and sit there. And sure, they can't port me. But what did I just say about, the whole military campfire analogy? There's 3 of them. Okay, let's assume that one died. There's 2 of them. And chances are, between the 2 of them, they got even more ammunition because their buddy died and they both looted them and split ammunition. Cool. There's 2 guys searching for me in a small circle where there's a jammer active. Now, in a perfect world, I could just leave while they're both searching on some Metal Gear Solid type shit. But when they run up there and they see there's a jammer, they're going to search the entire area, like comb it with a fine-tooth comb to try to find me. And when the jammer goes off, what they're going to do? They're going to port. And they're going to find me the natural way. So, the jammer is up there, right? And actually, the best case scenario for me would be to leave and they see the jammed area and try to find me. Whole time, I'm not there. And I know, reverse psychology, right? You put down a jammer, you leave the jammer, get ported, and you leave the entire area. Instead of going back in the jammed area and sit there and wait for them to port again and then they don't find you. I know, reverse psychology, but trust me. Ape brain. Ape brain. And what I mean by that, one track mind. A dude who ports you will go straight to that dot and try to find you. They don't think, okay, if this dot is right here, and keep in mind the dot is you. If this dot is right here,
the plane is coming. Prepare to fight for the airdrop.
If this dot is right here, where would it be at? No, they see the dot on their map and run straight toward the dot and try to find you. They don't think, where would this dot run toward? Like I said, the dot is you, right? If I see a dot, as there's some shots going off in my left ear, if I see a dot, I'm trying to think, where would that dot go to? If a dot is near a POI, maybe they're going to the POI. If a dot's near an exit, maybe it's a transmitter. That's what I think. But players who port constantly, nah, they're trying to find you. They're trying to find you, and the only way they can find you is by ports. Now, there is a super soldier method, which is to take 2 ports and wear headphones. So when you run to the red dot on your map as a super soldier, you can hear the guy running away, and then boom, you got him, right? But nope, they don't take it that far, as I get ported for the 7th damn time in this entire head-ass match. They don't take it that far. They go to the dot and try to find you. Now, let's do a bit of math here. Because, like you just seen in this entire head-ass video, I got ported 7 times. 3 people, each carrying 2 ports, is 6 ports. So the trio was hunting me down. We know that. So why did I get ported a 7th time? As that mortar striker was intended for me. Folks, what if a trio who used 1 port finds another trio who has 6 ports? And that second trio has never used a port. What does that mean? Well, now, the trio who has 5 ports wipes out the other trio who has 2 ports and never used any of them. Guess what? Now they have more than 7 ports. Good luck surviving. Good luck surviving. The worst case scenario would be if someone who has 2 ports uses one of them, finds a guy, and then kills that guy who has 2 ports on him because he never used it. Guess what? That guy now has 3 ports. Again, good luck surviving. So people, all I'm going to say is, this is teams, man. This is the Vigor teams experience. And some of you wonder why I like playing solos more than, teams. Granted, teams can be fun, right? Especially when, you see a team and you watch them and you figure out what they're doing and then you pick them up one by one. This shit is hella fun, right? Hella fun. But for those other times, when you have bunny ears, red tracksuits, female raincoats with the neon gloves and all this other BS, it's actual hell. And I want to show you this video because, number 1, transmitters can help you. And number 2, I know for a fact some of y'all still play teams and are getting your freaking butts served on a platter to some of these teams. But this is how you got to deal with it. This is how. If you know for a fact that you're against insurmountable odds, it's okay to leave. It's okay. That's why the exits are there. Save your own life, dude. You don't got to fight. But please do not try to hide. Hiding is what gets you killed. Just keep going. Just keep going. And the absolute worst case nightmare scenario, freaking at all, is if the trio splits up and they all port you one by one by one. Like one person on the north, one person on the west, one person on the east. And they all port you to try to find you. Jet, what are you talking about? That never happens. Nope, that happened to me one time. And that stuck with me. So, people, just try your best. Just try. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Until then, peace.